Shalom Akim, Wagwaf, giving all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakwadash, and double honors to our elders and apostles which are at Great Millstone. And peace, blessings, and salutation to you, sincere brothers that's pushing this word in truth and sincerity, and to you, sincere Akwafium that's listening and learning, okay? And this is your brother Samat, coming from a servants of the throne camp here in Philadelphia. All right. Now I'm just going into a quick lesson, man. Just that came into my mind the other day. Well, not the other day, but last night. Just basically going on being a lone wolf because I see this with brothers here and there, but it's not good to be a lone wolf, man. I understand that some of the characteristics of a lone wolf shows that you're brave, you're independent, you're strong, but that's not necessarily all the case all the time, It takes strength and bravery, to be with a team, it takes strength to work as a team, to be able to support another person, or other people, and it's very important in this truth because, Satan is always on the move. As the scriptures say, Satan roar like a roaring lion, seeking who he may devour. And if you're by yourself, you're more susceptible to be caught up in all type of temptation. And really, you don't have nobody, over your shoulder, helping you out, giving you wisdom, if you fall, you don't have nobody there to help pick you up. Of course, we have Yahweh Shem Yahushai, but at the end of the day, Yahweh Shem Yahushai has given us brothers. And this is Ecclesiasticus 37:12. It says, "But be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord." So you want to make sure the people you're surrounding yourself with, the people you're spending your time with, the people you're confiding in, are men of the Lord. Those that are like mind, share the same morals, and fear the Lord. It says, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry. Yeah, so that's very important. Having that comfort, having that empathy when you miscarry, when you fall, when you fall short. And it's true. That's very, very important. I can just count the number of times that, I myself or a brother in my camp has been going through something, and just the brotherhood helped them get through the situation, help motivate them, help encourage them, help really just lift them up when they were down, lift their spirits, That's what the brotherhood does. So, but you're a lone wolf and you're by yourself, you have nobody to lift and cheer your spirits, man. So and that tends to fall into idle hands or idle mind. When you're going through something, you're by yourself because you have no one that you can congregate with, man, empathize with. Because really, when you're dealing with brothers, you can confide in them and get advice before making a certain decision. And that's very important too. Or like I said, if you're going through a certain situation and you have no one there to comfort you or, encourage you or give you advice, like I said, it tends to fall into an idle mind. And when you have an idle mind, we know that an idle mind wandereth, man. And a mind that wandereth tends to fall subject to all type of things, You have some guys who might fall into different doctrines. You might guys that might just fall into different beliefs and understandings. Or you might get advice from someone in the world and it causes you to err and even go further down the hole. That's why it says be continued with a godly man. Now I'm going to go jump to Proverbs 27:17. And this is why it's important. It says, iron sharpeth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. When you have a brother in this truth, you have a friend. That word friend is loosely used in this world. Because you can have a brother, right? a blood brother, a relative, sibling, a kin, but they're not your friend. You know, they could be evil towards you. Now we have brothers, we have neighbors, but every brother and neighbor ain't your friend. You know, unless the scriptures say, "Be not quick to prove a friend." You know, you gotta you have to try your friend. You have to test a man to see if he's really a friend or a foe. You know, but like I said, like it says, iron sharpens iron. So when you have another brother with you, y'all sharpen each other up. Y'all sharpen each other up in the scriptures. Y'all sharpen each other up in the faith. Y'all sharpen each other up in strength and courage. You know, in just all avenues of life. That because the script, this truth is far more than just unknowing these precepts, man. This truth really elevates you in all aspects of life. You know, this truth elevates you as a father. This truth elevates you as a friend. This truth elevates you as a husband, as a leader. You know, imagine you being in a place of leadership within your job, and you fall into this truth, and you start to get the wisdom and knowledge of this truth. This wisdom and knowledge will make you a better manager or a better leader of your job. You know, it will. You know, because you have a certain moral compass you flow by, and the wisdom of these scriptures really just heightens you in so many levels. You know, you start learning about a lot of things. So one thing that this truth I can say has taught me was to know a little about a lot. You know, instead of a lot about a little. You know, because you can master four different topics of things, but then be almost oblivious to everything else around. Or this truth, what it does is you mastery in a few things, right? But you have a general basis or a general foundation of knowledge and multiple other things, 15, 20, 30 different things: history, biology, psychology, forming, and just every different thing that life has to offer, politics, economics, the list goes on and on. But this is something that a brother can help you with, because like for example, I'm probably me and the brother Yakan in my camp are the biggest on herbs. We know the most about herbs and how they work and affect the body. Whereas then you look at a brother like Shalawamia, he is the history buff. He's the guy who knows the history to a T and knows how to really elaborate on the history the most out of all the brothers in our camp. So me talking to Shalawamia helps me grow with my history base and where to look and how to look and certain things to look up to understand certain things. He puts those things in perspective, whereas he comes to me or Yakana about the herbs and how different things work with the body and health wise and fasting. We're a body. That's the beautiful thing. When you look at the body, you have muscles and ligaments and tendons that help move everything. Like, to move your finger, you literally use your forearm and part of and muscles coming from your bicep to your forearm to your finger, just to move your finger up and down. Literally, it's a nerve going or a tendon or a muscle going all the way through, all the way up to your bicep and even further up. That's the body. Now I'm gonna end off with this, Matthew 18. This is just quickly bringing it out. Verse 20 says, "For where two or three are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst thereof." Now, when you are around like-minded brothers that fear the Lord, that have this truth, that are men of the Lord, Yahweh Shai are in the midst. You're more likely to be in the midst of multiple brothers, man. As the scriptures say, where two or three are gathered in my name, that's church. So when you have, that's what they call congregating or breaking bread. That's when the Most High and His Son and the Spirit are really dwelling amongst multiple brothers getting together. It's just more power in numbers, man. It's strength in numbers. This is something that's just common knowledge. Now, being a lone wolf, you can probably rise to success a little faster. Maybe in some cases, let's just talk in like little worldly standpoints. You can rise to success, but you're less likely to stay at the top when you're by yourself. Whereas if you come up with a team and you make success with a team of people, now you and this team are stronger. You know, it's like more links in the chain opposed to just one little link, you know? It's going to be stronger, you know? Because everybody can pick up the slack on something, or, you know, it's a body. Because as one person, you can only master but so many things. But as a body, you have somebody that knows financing, somebody that knows accounting, somebody that knows law, somebody that knows this, that. Whereas you on the top, you can't master all those things yourself, man. It's very difficult, especially not with the way we eat and the way society has set up the water. Our brains just cannot handle that much information, you know. It's a lot. But, you know, that's pretty much all I really wanted to get into, you know. So any brothers that's listening to this, if you don't have a camp, if you're not in contact or communication with any brothers, I highly advise you find brothers that's nearest to you and you reach out, man. Or, you know, there's plenty of brothers on platforms like Instagram, you know, that you can just make a friendship with, you know, just someone that you meet off of Instagram, you know. That's how we got to, like, what, 3 brothers in my camp strictly just met off Instagram, and now these guys are the closest people to me, you know. And then they come out, we on the line, we at war together, man. So, hey, look, you got brothers near you, reach out. Brothers at arm's length, reach out, man. Reach out. Don't be a lone wolf. It's strength in numbers, man. At the end of the day, you're more susceptible to be targeted by Satan if you're by yourself. But when you with brothers, Satan's less likely to tempt you. Call Lord Yahweh Shimi Yahushai. Lord willing, this video was edifying. Till next time, shalom.